For those of you who don't know, 90 by 30 is a group put together out of the University of Oregon. The goal is to decrease child abuse 90% by 2030. I'm here to just give you an update of what we've accomplished. This year we started implementation of our first strategy for decreasing child abuse, and it's called Roots of Empathy. It's a program that operates in a first grade classroom. Chrissy has a child in one of those classrooms. It's an amazing thing to watch. It's a group of first graders sitting around in a circle watching a baby and its parent or parents and an instructor who focus on what's happening with that baby. And to watch the kids, the first grade kids, I don't know if you know how busy little first grade children can be. They sit there the whole time. It's like 45 minutes. They sit focused on that child and just listen for everything the instructor tells them. Like, what did the baby do when we did this? When we wiggled his feet, did it smile? Do you think it was happy? What do you think that meant? And what happens in that class is that the instructor then teaches the children to focus on what they see happening with that baby, what they think the emotions are, what the baby might need, if it needs something. And over time, what happens with those children is they take the things they've learned in that classroom of watching people, watching the baby, and transfer it to other people that they watch to see the emotions other people might look like they're having. I mean, is that person happy? Is there something I can do that will change how they're feeling? If they look like they're feeling unhappy, then this is the beginning of learning empathy. That's the name, Roots of Empathy. This program's been in existence since 1996. There's all kinds of statistical information to support its benefits. Decreases aggressiveness, decreases bullying, and negative behavior in general, because we learn to understand other people. The person who came up with this class said if we all had empathy, there wouldn't be robberies, there wouldn't be murders, there wouldn't be all that stuff, because that would be outside of the norm for us to think of. So that's the first strategy. We're planning on implementing our second strategy, hopefully in January, which is the Welcome Baby Box. Kevin has talked about it before. I'm going to start giving away baby boxes to people who have new babies in East Lane County. That's all the way from Pleasant Hill, Jasper, Dexter, Lowell, Fall Creek, Oakridge, West Fur. That's statistically been about 100 babies a year. We're going to do it with people that are trained to be sort of foster grandparents who will go back and visit more than one time, so that they're building connections with those families that have those babies, which is where I personally believe, and I think it's the belief of 90 by 30 in general, that those connections are what help decrease child abuse over time. That's where we are. I just wanted to let you know. Thank you. Thank you. Don Reisman.
I'm here tonight. How many veterans we got here? Okay. I hope you know that on the 12th, we have lunch at the high school. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. And we're inviting all of you guys that are veterans. Please show up. And if you know somebody that doesn't have a ride, call one of us. I'm in the book. You can call me and I'll go pick them up and take them there and bring them back. Thank you.
Don, there will also be a bus available if we need additional transportation.
Oh, good. Yeah. I forgot, Susie, Don Reisman, 47738 Ferry Glen Drive.
Oh, okay. 763 Garden Road, did I say that?
Okay. Audie?
Yeah.
Audie Spletoff at 47587 Teller Road, Oakridge. I'm here today to ask council what is going on with the inbound at the new site that they were trying to get. And I wanted to ask Louis, was there another place that they could get instead of the place uptown here? The old bus barn? I heard that the Quonset hut out there, the old truck shop was available.
So they did look at, council, may I speak?
Yes.
So they did look at it, it just wasn't enough room. Because what they're trying to do is try to keep as much of the wood under cover as they could. And so they did go and look at it, and they didn't feel that that would be a sufficient amount of room for their use.
Looks like there's more room in it than there will be in all three of those down there. There's bigger parking down there. Has a contract been signed for that yet?
Yes, an MOU was approved by the council for 1 year. So yes.
I just wanted, I see in the parking, the inbound rates down there now, and that's nothing to do with wood hauling.
So,
If I may, that was one of the stipulations of the conditional use permit was, one of their conditions was they had to have firefighting apparatus on site.
Okay,
Judy Hammond?
Trudy Hammond, 47752 Berry Street, and I wanted to speak a little bit about transparency, how we've been asking and demanding transparency from the leaders of our community, and I'm hoping that we can expect ourselves and give of ourselves as a community transparency back and among each other. And so when we have issues that arise, and we need to clarify some things, that we also allow from each other when somebody's disclosing transparency, the freedom to do so. Thank you.
Don Kenyon?
Don Kenyon, 76113 Fish Hatchery Road. I just wanted to personally thank the police department, not only for everything that you do throughout the year to take care of us and make sure our community's safe, but you guys put on a phenomenal event last night. I was really impressed. So I just wanted to thank you. And please let all your officers know as well. It was great.
And the one thing I will add to that, Don, is a lot of the fire department was there helping too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of the volunteers.
Great,
So,
thank you.
yeah, it was very good. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit because I know Julie has to get back to work. So we're going to do 7.2 right now, and that is fill library board vacancy. Yes. So, do I hear a motion so we can discuss it?
I move we appoint Julie Yoder to fill the library board vacancy.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Paul seconds. Okay. Any discussion? I do know she is a volunteer right now at the fire hall, at the library. And she has young children that go to the different things at the library. So. Any more discussion?
I have a strange question for you. Is that really your signature?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
I've seen worse. Okay. Call for a vote?
Council Carl?
Aye.
Council Holston? Aye. Council McMillan?
Aye.
Mayor Rowland?
Aye.
Council Bubbleman?
Aye.
Council Napa?
Aye.
Council Falcon?
Aye.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you can sneak out of here and get back to work. Okay. Mayor and council comments. I do have one small comment. Okay, I'd like to read this. It's from the Secretary of State's office. And it says, "Dear Mayor Rowland, this is to notify you that a written complaint has been by Secretary of State Elections Division alleging possible violations of Oregon election laws. The complaint relates to the alleged actions by you and other individuals which may violate ORS 260.432, 260.665, or both. The Secretary of State Elections Division is required to notify the subject of a complaint, ORS 260.345, in parentheses 3. The complaint was received on October 19th. Our office received the complaint and reviewed the complaint and closed the matter.
Objection. We spoke with the Secretary of
No,
State
I'm
day
not
before
talking to
yesterday,
you.
and
Stop.
they said that they sent those
Stop.
letters out in error.
Stop! You will be removed if I have another outburst from you. I'm just saying, this is what I received. Okay. Council, any comments? Gary?
Those of you who were here last time when Mr. Sanders was here from Inbound may remember that I questioned the contract that he had with the city. And since that time, I've had a chance to meet with Sarah Altimus, and she went over some facts that I did not have at my disposal and was not aware of. And so I owe Mr. Sanders an apology, and as soon as I'm feeling a little bit better, I will go talk to him. But he's really making a good contribution to our community, and there were facts that I just didn't have. And Sarah Altimus was kind enough to bring them to my attention, so I just wanted to say that. And also, I don't know, is this, Mayor, is this the place where we add things to the agenda? Was that?
Is it something that we can discuss?
Well, we have to, yeah, we have to.
That we have, that we all have to add every time to start and have information, or do we need to?
Well, let me tell you what they are, and then we'll see. How about that? Yeah. I'd like to add to our agenda a review of the interim city administrators. You recall at the last meeting, City Administrator Gomez and our mayor offered to look into that, and so I'm going to ask for their report back on that tonight.
Okay. It's right here.
Good. And I also would like to discuss terminating the city law firm and replacing them with an interim firm. We've talked about this before. And I'd also like to review the status of our interim mayor. So those are three things that I'd like to put on our agenda.
Okay, by me.
Does anybody have any objections to any of those? Okay. Where do I put them?
Let's go ahead and you do 6.4 to report on the status of the interim city administrator.
Okay.
6.5, was that the law firm second? Is that what you had? So 6.5, law firm discussion. And 6.6 on the mayor.
Okay. Any more comments?
I'd just like to check and make sure Josh and Kathy heard that. Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes, I heard it.
Thank you.
Okay, any more additions, corrections, and adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor, I want to remove, 7.1.
Okay, we're removing, to fill the vacancy on the planning commission.
Correct.
Okay. Any other adjustments? Okay. Consent agenda? Anybody?
I move that we accept the consent agenda as written.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Council Goldman,
Aye.
Council Carl,
Aye.
Council Afro,
Aye.
Council McMillan, Council McMillan,
Aye.
Council Holston,
Aye.
Mayor Rowland,
Aye.
Council Falcon,
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, we're moving to 6.1, administrative services. 6.1, city administrator's report.
Council, you have the report in front of you. If you notice, I put some page numbers on the bottom to guide us a little bit so that as I'm going through this. So basically on page 1, the million-gallon reservoir, where we're at there is that the million-gallon tank, the materials are on site, but they have not started construction of it. So all the materials are there, ready to go. Also, on November the 6th, we'll be having a mediation with Lasky Clifton and one of their subcontractors in regards to the bore under Salmon Creek.
When was that?
So, so there's
November
a
6th.
dispute.
When was that? December 6th?
Yeah, November 6th.
November 6th, thank you.
And of course, we're still trying to locate a location for a new well. And at present, we're looking in the area of Greenwaters Park, towards that would be the northeast, yes, the northeast, or in the northeast area of Greenwaters Park, just north of the grove of trees just north of the tennis courts in that area.
Gary?
So I saw a flag shining around, and I assume that marks the spot. And so my question is, will that preclude any other development on that site if we wanted to do something else with the well, and it would just be small, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It would be a large building, a large structure.
No,
Would be able, if we wanted to put a community center there, or,
Worst case scenario, I'm gonna predict maybe a 12 by 12 structure.
okay.
And the stake that is in there is just one of the possibilities. Yeah, I favor the possibility of more towards the grove of trees. It's gonna be a brick structure, so I think it'd get better if we could hide it from in the trees. But that's still open for discussion, we don't have an exact yet.
Okay, thank you.
Page 2, Community Event Center, there's been a couple of gatherings so far. I believe the goal is to continue to gather more momentum and continue to add more volunteers to the group as they move forward on Community's Event Center. So that's ongoing. I don't have any update on C on page 2, inflow and infiltration. I do not have an update at this time. The repair of the amphitheater, Rick's been working on that. Looks like he has 2 quotes to do the repair. Get some maintenance on it. Hope to get that done soon. We'd like to do some maintenance on the city hall and library, and we may still be able to do that when the public works folks get their lift here later on in the next week or two. Page 3. Burn Forest Products, Lot 37. We went ahead and, we're gonna go ahead and put the 3-phase power into that facility. We're also sealing the west side of that building. There's some holes, so we are filling those holes in. And then, and we are having some issues with that property lease at this time, and more than likely, actually, well, we're gonna be more than likely exercise our default because he is behind on rent. So
What does that mean?
basically, from the lease, is I have to send him a letter, let him know, I have to give him, so many days I'd have to try and catch
Cure.
him. Right, to cure the problem. If not, then we would exercise our 90-day clause on the lease that we're gonna pull out of the lease. So that's where we're at. But the facility will be built up and move-in ready. Amtrak Station D, that's still on page 3. We had a gentleman by the name of Chris Zellinger from Community Transportation Association of America in town on the 26th. He discussed the possibilities of a station, but there would be more feasibility study. More data needs to be collected and looked at, but it's still in the queue for the future someday. So, still working with him. And he said, just keep trucking, is what he said.
Come back to the block grants there for a minute. Hal and Joanne at Big Mountain asked me to see, they have yet to be paid from this money for the work they did.
I
Said they sent you the receipt and all that.
I do have a document of those, so let me.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Campground and staging area, they're slowly getting it done. They're about, what, 2/3? They're about 2/3 completed getting the scalping down and putting down the gravel will come next. But they're about 2/3, it's 75 feet wide, or deep, and 300 foot long, so they're about 2/3 completion, getting everything done. So, it's ongoing. Page 4. RAIN, Regional Accelerated Innovation Network. As the council had approved $5,000 for that program, they are in the process of hiring a part-time venture catalyst for Eastern Lane County, and they will be spending a good amount of time in the area working with entrepreneurs. So we're at there. Project Plastic, we sent them the letter of intent has been drafted, so they're reviewing the letter of intent for purchase of lot 34, and just waiting to hear back from them. So more to come once we work that through ODAT. Project Pride, on that one, what we're waiting for is just our concurrence letter from USDA approving the sale. Everything else has been completed, and we also had surveyors on those lots laying out some easements for city use. So that's where we're at on that. Transportation Assistance Plan, Rick, you wanna speak to that since you had a meeting today?
We had a first PAC meeting today. I thought it was great. It was a lot of brainstorming and just getting everybody involved and up to speed and a meet and greet. We will be having 2 public hearings, or public meetings leading into this program. And then at the end, we will have 2 public hearings for any changes being proposed to the land use ordinance in regards to the transportation system. So today's meeting went very well, I felt. A lot of great ideas passed around the room, and we should get some notes from that from Kittleson in the next couple of days.
The good company?
Hey, Louie?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes.
Can I ask Rick who the members of this review committee for the transportation system is?
Oh, it's a list of about 15 to 18 people, and I would probably forget a couple if I tried to rattle them off to you right now. And I don't have that information in front of me. I can get it to you, but I don't want to miss anybody, so I'd rather just do that.
Is it okay if he emails it to you?
Is it okay if what?
If he emails the list to you?
Yes, that would be great. And also, can you tell me if there is any ad hoc committee members that were just initiated from people who wanted to be a part of it, or we asked for them, or was it all hand chosen?
We have 2 citizens at large, and the rest were people who basically had something to contribute.
So the at-large members were those that they'd like to ask to participate because they were just general members of the public, or we put it out there for general members of the public to say they would like to participate? Which one was that?
Well, I'd have to say it was a little bit of both. We had talked about this in multiple meetings, and I did reach out to 2 individuals that I thought would be great for it. One of them is a highway business owner, not owner, but does own a business on the highway. And the other was somebody who was there from the ODAC committee, but decided he did not want to represent ODAC committee, so he became a citizen at large.
Well, thank you, Rick, and I'm glad you're doing this. The only reason I bring it up is that, we are trying to be as transparent as we can. And I think it's important that, the community knows who those members are and understand the process, so thank you.
Sure, there is also a website for this program that I'd be happy to throw a link on our city website. Because everything,
that was
all the
great.
information is on
That's a good idea, Rick.
the Kittleson website.
Good company's doing a great job on working with our wood smoke mitigation coordinator. And they're doing a good job. They're also out there writing grants for the wood smoke program. And they're also, part of their duties are to do our quarterly status reports to DEQ on the grant. I don't have any change on C on page 4, no change. Still waiting on the consultant on the Brownsfield sediment test.
I have a question. I remember Mr. Zimmerman said he had a study done in '08. Anybody remember that? John, is it not what he told me?
Which state? There's many.
He said he did a brownfield study on the log ponds, and that they were cleared. I'm just, you remember that?
He wasn't here.
I don't know what studies
wasn't
were
here.
done, but for Fish and Wildlife to give me fish for the kids fishing program, they had to have a sediment study because they believed there was only a study of the water and the fish at that time. So if there was a study, no one found it, and so they had to have a sediment study to let me have some fish. That was the requirement for them to give me some fish.
Okay, thank you.
I'm scheduling a time to get with Peter DeFazio's staff. They're busy, they're on the elections, and, he's just trying to make some time available for us to get together on the INVA grant. CMAC funds, that's on your agenda today. It's part of the, purchase of an LTV bus, a bus for Diamond Express. And what happened there is, I'll just touch on it, is that Federal Highway Administration, Oregon Department of Transportation, and LTD were able to speak with the Federal Transportation Administration and get them to loosen up some CMAC funds that belong to the city of Oakridge so that we could purchase a refurbished bus. And so I'll do a more thorough staff report when we get to that agenda item. Emergency ops plan, one of the last things we want to do is present that to you all at the next meeting. And if you've been on our website, you'll notice that the buttons were changed. We made some adjustments on the opening page to where you can actually find things. For example, if there's a council vacancy or any type of vacancies, you can get on there and find those things now. So they've been working with us to navigate a little better. First impressions, I don't have anything on that. I-5 signage, Rick, what was included as part of your transportation assistance plan today?
That was one of the, thoughts that was tossed around the room was, bringing policy that would make the 58 corridor through our part of town a historic or scenic, route to, Crater Lake, thank you. So that was discussed, today, just as ideas being thrown out. That is something that we will probably venture down that road as part of this transportation system plan.
Okay, system development charges, so I've gathered some, a list of consultants so far for that. Not ready to present anything, probably just pass that on. Codification of ordinances, that probably to pass on also, and the RFP for administrative audit, we got pushed back a little, but I'm back on it, and I should have that done within the middle of next week, so that the council can look at an RFP for that.